going on, you guys? It's time for another album review. Today we will be reviewing Get to Heaven by Everything Everything. This is the band's third album, and many would consider it their magnum opus so far. And this came out in 2016, which was kind of a weird time for rock. You know, you got the people that aren't so in tune with the times saying rock's dead, there's nothing good coming out of modern rock, but I feel like 2016 was a turning point for that. I mean, this album came out, Weezer had a great comeback album with the White Album. I reviewed Beyond the Fleeting Gales by Crying, which was fantastic the other day. I will say, when I first put this on, I did not like the lead singer's voice at all, and I thought it sounded really ugly. I don't know how else to describe it. So I'm sorry if you're watching this. I'm sure you're not, because I am a no-name. But if I were to blow up one day, I'm sorry. I like your voice now, and it just had to grow on me a little bit. While this is a rock album, it mixes a lot of elements in pop, especially on the back half of this. The first half is kind of songs that you would just hear in the summer, kind of uplifting for the most part, especially Distant Past and Regret. And I think Regret is just about them as a band. In the chorus they say, did you think that everything would change? So it's kind of a double meaning, just talking about life in general and then talking about the band themselves, which I didn't even catch on my first listen somehow. On Distant Past there's even some elements of hip-hop, because he's kind of rapping at the beginning of it. He's got a good flow going, and I love how it just transforms into this really poppy chorus, and it's really catchy. Spring Sun Winter Dread is one of the best songs on here. I really like what they're talking about, just the fact that they don't want to grow up, and getting older just sucks. I know I can definitely empathize with that, because every time I see like an old person struggling to walk, I'm like, I don't want that to be me. But I know someday it will, if I make it that far. And I just thought it was a good concept, and it kind of fits with the whole theme of the project, Get to Heaven, sort of just living a good life, trying to get into that good place before death. I would say the wheel is turning now in Future 500, or when this thing shifts from just regular pop rock into something a little more progressive, especially on Future 500, because I don't have much to say about the wheel. Future 500 comes on with these really, really cool keyboard sounds that sound like something out of the year 3000, and I like the message they're going for here. Everyone knows about Fortune 500, so I think this is sort of just saying, if we continue down this route in the future, then we're going to be overtaken by world leaders, by the rich, by everyone who has more money than us. Thought it was a really awesome concept and just a really good song in general. Blast Doors might be my favorite song on here. I think it's definitely my favorite hook on here. It continues that progressive pop sound, and I think it kind of builds off of where Future 500 left off, where the lead singer is taking the role of this world leader, kind of just controlling everyone, having everyone within the fist of his cuff. After Blast Doors, though, I don't really have much to say about the last three songs. I feel like they don't live up to the quality of the rest of the project. Instead of kind of moving forward with that prog pop sound, they kind of just tone it down and make a couple mediocre rock songs. I know I'll get hate for that if people who like this album see this, because one of these or two of them is probably your favorite song, but I didn't care for him as much as the rest of the album. Overall, I thought this was really, really good. I mean, like I said, this is one of those albums that definitely help bring modern rock back. If you're trying to listen to this the first time, you may need to give it another listen or two. I know I listened to it a bunch before I really got into it, mostly just because of the voice, but the sounds are really cool, the hooks are good, lyrically it's good too. So the only negative I have to say are I don't like the last three tracks, but I'm feeling a late to decent 7 on this, and that's pretty much it. I'll have more reviews in the future. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'll catch you next time.
you.